Developing story, Belichick, North Carolina. He's agreed to be the next coach, but also sent a 400-page organizational Bible to the school, bro.
Wow.
Ollie Connolly writing that the Bible would require historic levels of investment from UNC. So Bill's waiting to hear back from a bevy of decision makers, including the faculty. And reports note that he's, quote, unwilling to negotiate. All right, what do you make of this?
Yeah, so this story, much like, honestly, our bar, confused me a bit. Because when I read agreed to become the next head coach, I'm like, oh, so he's the next head coach.
Yeah.
Because that is the report. What our bar says is exactly right. It is the report. But now he's like said, I'll do it if you agree to X, Y, and Z. The ball is in your court.
Yeah.
And so, listen, I think this is a fascinating story for a million reasons. I think he is obviously worried he's not getting an NFL job. Mm-hmm. I think it's not the only reason, but the primary reason you go to the college route. I don't want to be unfair here, but I think this is actually fair and part of the public discussion of Belichick. We have talked about how he took all these media jobs in order to show NFL owners how engaged he is, who he is, that it was, he was trying to remake his image.
And he's been good.
Right, he's been good at those. If all of his public decisions have been about trying to make sure he lands an NFL head coaching job, I don't think very publicly dating a 24-year-old helps himself with NFL owners. Just like I think that if somebody was applying for jobs, was very publicly about honestly anything, political or an activist or anything, I don't think it helps. And I think most people are like, that's kind of weird. Well, and he's going to be the face of our franchise. So I don't think that helps him. And if you're the New York Giants, which is where everyone put him, and the Maras, I would imagine that came up in a meeting. Like, did you see the Instagram from Halloween? A little weird for our next head coach who was born in 1952. So I think that has played into the math. I really do. And now he is, to me, Bruce, saying, I'll take your college job if you allow me to essentially run the entire place. And that's a risky gambit, because what if North Carolina football is like, we don't want Bill Belichick? That's not a great PR thing for the next job he's trying to get.
If that's true, that would hurt him, I would think, in college, too. I mean,
sure.
Darn your college age.
I think it hurts. I think it hurts him in all these spots.
I don't, but I think what hurts him more is the fact that if he comes in, he wants to run things like he did in New England. Mm-hmm. So I think that's a problem. But look, Bill Belichick his passion is coaching. He believes his purpose is coaching. He clearly just wants to coach. So I will say more power to him. All right, but besides the human element, which that is, I think this is ridiculous. Like, for him to go back to college and with NIL, which he has no, knowledge of, but he's going to have to deal with, the transfer portal, like, all of that is going to be a hassle for him. And here's the other thing. His legacy is set with the 6 Super Bowl rings, obviously. But there's a little, always say it, hadn't done anything without Brady. In a long, big sample size, 11 seasons without Brady, hadn't done anything. If you go to North Carolina and fail, and I got to be honest, I don't think this would go well. I don't think he'd really light it up there and do very well. Now that's another stain on your legacy. You're set, again, 6 Super Bowls. But still, that's just another stain on your legacy. As far as the NFL, Nick, I think the Cowboys should go for him. And when I look at the teams, that's like maybe the only fit I love.
Wildes, if he thought any NFL team was really interested in him, this wouldn't be what's happening?
Part of me, and I think everything you both said makes sense, part of me thinks this huge organizational Bible and all of these demands and the fact that you're going to need to buy out another college GM, which is a position that just got invented. So now you need a GM to buy out another GM. Part of me thinks this is an audition for the NFL. It's like, I'm no joke. You hire me, I'm coming with a 400-page organizational Bible. You want to get a look at it? We'll go out. Jerry, you want to see it? What's Mike McCarthy got? A claim that he's watched every game in a barn? Okay, well, and he didn't do it? I got a 400-page organizational Bible.
Well, I would imagine if they turn him down, we're about 4 days away from the internet having it. The UNC people can just post that.